This is Brett with the Hub Productions, and we're here today with Jared Padalecki. Jared, thank you very much for talking to us today. And welcome back to Australia. It's our second visit here in less than 12 months.
Yeah, I know. Pretty lucky dude. So 9 months straight at work, basically, and I love Australia. So I was here last June, and then now I'm here again in April. So I wish that cheering was for me, but that's for Misha. So, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I do a big congratulations on Friday the 13th. The biggest horror opening on record, I'm pretty sure. That is fantastic. I have to ask you, with a franchise like Friday the 13th that had so many entries, it's almost got to the point with that franchise where Jason the Killer has a huge cult following for whatever reason.
Right.
Is it sort of difficult to play the good guy in a film where most of the fans are actually rooting for the bad guy?
It is, but it's also it's tough to play the good guy when the bad guy's the lead because you want to be like, I want them to want me to win, but meanwhile, if you know that they're going for Jason anyway, it's like whatever, I'm just gonna have a good time. Like I wasn't in the movie to win an Oscar or anything like that. I was just there to have a good time and tell a fun story and get scared. And I'm a big fan of Jason, so I was like, go Jason, go Jason. Wait, they're calling action, I gotta run, So, but it's fun. It was fun, but it also kind of takes some of the pressure off, knowing that he's the star of the show.
Good. Well, it's supernatural because that's obviously why we're here today. You've actually commented on your fondness for the mythology for the show on several occasions. Is there any sort of specific sort of mythology that's been explored in the show where you've sort of picked up a script, you've read it, and then you've thought, that's really interesting, and then you've actually on your own time gone and looked into it further?
Absolutely. I've looked into a lot of the stuff further. I don't know where y'all guys are, but I'll just go ahead and assume that a lot of y'all have seen up the American
up to date.
Okay, cool. American. There's actually a lot of mythology behind drinking blood and demon blood and summoning demons and stuff like that. I remember when we very first started summoning demons, you should look it up online. People have stories about how to summon demons and what it's like and what to be aware of and what your sleep patterns will be like and stuff like that. And so I kind of looked into that. I thought it was interesting. But then it's really amazing to look into. They believe there's a lot of the people that drink blood or ingest blood in some way, shape, or form believe that you kind of take on the attributes of whoever you're drinking the blood of. So it's interesting to see how it's going to play out, knowing that Sam and Ruby have kind of been dabbling in that, to see how far it takes Sam and how powerful this demon blood is, over just regular blood. But other than that, just the classic story of the reluctant hero. That was what first got me into the show. Was, I grew up loving Star Wars and then lately like The Matrix, and the hero who doesn't know he's the hero and the chosen one, like Neo or like Luke Skywalker, he's just a dude, and all of a sudden he finds out, I'm like, I don't want this responsibility, but then ultimately how he kind of learns the hard way that it is his destiny. Every time he tries to run out that way, he's blocked here, and it shuffles him back this way, and then there he is again. And so definitely the archetypes.
Cool. Yeah, with obviously there's a lot of both CGI and stunts and prosthetics used throughout the show. Often at the point where you can't actually tell which is which. Technology's gotten that good. Example is your demon eyes in season 2. Just have to ask, were they contacts or was that CGI? And which usually do you prefer using on the show?
In season 2, the demon eyes were mostly contacts, but sometimes CGI. If you'll see the black grow and then shrink back, that's obviously CGI, but if it's going to be black for a while, a lot of times I'll be throwing contacts. I actually like having the contacts. It feels like it's a cheat or something, but for my sakes, instead of them going they're like, okay, open your eyes, now slowly blink, and now they're black, blink again, and now they're back. It feels weird. I just, cut it, stick them in, and have me be there, and then you kind of feel weird, and you kind of can't see, and you almost feel like a different character. You almost feel like, I feel like a demon, because the contacts just have this little slit in them, but they're black, and so the slit just goes over your pupil. It seems like you're looking at a straw, and it makes you feel kind of otherworldly, like you see movies and it's predator vision or something, like, ooh, so demon vision, maybe it's kind of very focused and pinpoint like that. So I like using the contacts, but there's also, this season we did, I think it was in Yellow Fever, my eyes flash yellow, because Dean's hallucinating, he thinks I'm a demon. I think they flash yellow, I didn't see the episode. They flash some demon color, so that was CGI. Most of the time it's CGI nowadays because the logistics of putting in contacts and taking them out, it can get lengthy, as opposed to just fixing it in post, so the saying goes. So most of the time it's done in post.
So saying as an actor, it's often easier to work with stuff that's actually there as opposed
Practical,
to...
yeah, they say practical. If it's going to be practical, it means literal, it's going to be there. You're asking the demon black, it's going to be practical. Oil say it's going to be a visual effect. So I like practical, I don't like, swinging a fake sword or something like that. Like, give me something to swing and feel the weight, and you just get a different reaction,
Obviously, across the last 4 years, you and Jensen have almost developed what is almost commonly known now as almost like sibling-like relationship. When it comes to filming some of the more sort of emotionally charged episodes, does that actually make it easier or sort of more difficult for you?
It makes it a lot easier because he and I also are so comfortable with the characters, and we know how to set the other one off. It's almost like we know buttons because we're so close, we're friends, and so we know I know how he works best. And he knows how I work best, so it makes it a lot easier in our book.
All right, well, we'll have to wrap up there. Thank you so very much for taking the time today.